All right. Apparently that was a wrong number. So I feel a little silly. Sorry I had to interrupt this little training, but anyway, so where we left off, I had just dropped an anchor right here to get it pointing more toward the head, and as I usually do, I go around the corner and then I drop an anchor right there, and then I pull the handlebars to get that corner because it makes it look nice and smooth. And now the head kind of goes up in that direction, so I can kind of, and here's a little curve right here. It goes kind of up and then over. I think what I might do is grab that handlebar a little bit and pull it so it's facing in the right direction, a little bit more upward, but it goes up and then kind of angles out. So I'm going to go around that angle, around that corner, and drop an anchor and then pull it so that the line smoothly transitions into that angle. And then it's not really pointing in the right direction, so I'm going to point it up because it kind of goes up and around. I'm going to zoom out so we can get a better feel for how it looks. Yeah. Now, if you look at it, it kind of looks a little bit circular, and something that I definitely like to do where I can is eliminate wasteful, you know, dropping of anchor points. So I'll just go ahead and go on this side, like right about here, and pull it around. And you can adjust these handlebars. They move that line real nice and just make it so it really fits that angle. Boom, right there. And of course, keep in mind, you can move the handlebar back so that it doesn't affect your next selection. Because this is all like one big circle. So to a certain extent, you could really get around this thing without having to drop a bunch of anchor points because it's so circular. So you just kind of drag those handlebars to whatever angle you think best grabs that selection. That seems to go pretty well around it. And again, grab your little ankle point, and then I mean you can really shorten it down so that it really doesn't impact your next selection. Oh wow. Wow, look, I got like half of his body done, and the other half kind of doesn't seem to have a whole lot of detail that's necessary. Wow, I'm really screwing this up. All right, scroll up. There we go. Cool. All right, so go a little bit to the right and left. All right, we got another angle. I'm gonna go around it, or it's a curve. Go around it. Try to select the best that I can, and you can adjust your selection after you've made it. I think I'm a little too far into the hat, so that's probably a little, whatever, close enough. Good enough for government work, as they say. All right, we got his hat. Cool. Grab this anchor point, bring it real close so it doesn't really impact anything. Then I'm going to go all the way, I'm going to try to go all the way around, see if I can just drop an anchor point around here and see if I can get it. I don't know that I can, but I'm going to try. Because I'm getting a little bored doing all this nonsense. Oh man. Control Z. Let me zoom out a little bit. It's not working. Alright, let's try it again. Boom. Alright, no, that's not right. Yep, nope, yep, nope, yep. Yeah, we're getting there. Almost. In and in. Where is it? It's pretty close, man. To be honest with you. It's pretty good. Alright, so it doesn't gotta be perfect, as I think I've mentioned in the past. Now I just need to find that edge of it. I'm not sure where it went. Yeah. And it disappeared. Great. Um, so, you know what? It's not going to play nice with me, so I'm going to just drop another anchor. Oh, I was holding Alt when I did it. Accident. Drop, drag. Sometimes it takes longer than you'd like. Readjust, drop, drag. Adjust that thing out a little bit, out and down. Readjust. Oh man, it's not letting me select. That's really weird. It's not letting me select it. Alright. Just that handlebar a little bit. Alright, now we're coming into a corner. I'm going to go ahead and drop one right here before we get into that corner. And then there's a corner between his hat and his ear, and I want to go around to the ear side and then drag into that edge, or into that corner. So that's a more smooth transition. And then gotta follow that ear around. Come to the other side around the ear. Pull the handlebars. Make that a nice smooth ear transition. And it looks like it's pretty much in the direction of the ear already, so I'm going to go ahead and drop another anchor and pull that into a nice transition. And notice this is going to go up in here. Let me go ahead and do a little bit too much. I'll put that close to the anchor point so it doesn't affect. But I want a nice good ear lobe, so I'm going to pull that up here. And then go on the other side and do a little corner. And that's my earlobe. Boom. And I'll grab this because it's kind of sticking out from his neck. Pull it back into his neck. Scroll down. And I mean, it's just pretty straight shot, so I'm going to go all the way down here. I'm just going to call it good. And then I got that. I don't have little handlebars for it because I didn't pull it anywhere. But I'm going to go over here on the other side and try to put a nice curve to it. And then take this handlebar, pull it down. Alright, in the direction I want to go. And there's a curve here. I'm going to go over the other side of the curve, drop an anchor, and pull until the line matches the curve. And now this thing is a little below where I want it to go, so I pull it up. And it goes pretty straight here, except for there's a little curve right here. And these little curves are going to make it look a little more natural because, I mean, if you just have a perfectly nice curve, you know, sometimes it doesn't really look, it's not going to look perfect, you know. So notice it kind of goes down here a bit and then curves out. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Boom. Little curve. Take this, pull it down a bit so it's in the right direction. And then notice it's kind of going out and then down. So that's a good curve I can use. Drag it. Use that curve. I'll pull it up a little bit because I kind of screwed it up a little. There we go. Boom, and it's going in the right direction, so I'm going to readjust. And, I mean, this one goes down here. I'm going to grab it here and kind of pull that out, and then pull it down in here a little bit. And then this one kind of seems to go out that way a bit. I mean, these are all pretty good curves. I don't really need to doctor it too much. All right, and now once you get outside of the image, you can just click wherever you want. And close the loop here. Click, close. File. Actually, select. I think it's select, filter, layer. Oh, jeez. Where was it? Oh, wait. I had to right click it. Right click. Nope. 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 Ah, I forgot how to do this. Ah, here we go. Right click in the actual image. Make selection. Alright, you have to make that a selection. And then there's this make selection box that pops up. Feather radius, I usually just go with 1 pixel. And it's going to save as a new selection. And say OK. Alright, now I have this selection. It's this person's selection is selected pretty much down to the individual picture or pixel. Pretty good selection, I think. But what I'm going to do is go select and I'm going to select the inverse selection. So now, instead of actually selecting the man, oh geez, come on, God, kill me. Instead of actually selecting this individual, I've selected everything but him. And what I'm going to do is push the delete button and remove everything but him. And now all I have left, if I zoom out, all I have left is this individual. And that's it. I've just selected everything. I've selected him, and I've removed everything but him. So now there he is, and I can use him in a graphic. And if you zoom in, you know, there's no jagged edges. It's all just like clean corners, nice smooth curves, goes around. I could probably touch them up a little bit, but I mean, it looks pretty good. There's no, I mean, look, nice earlobe. There's no jagged edges. Just using the smooth curves, like with that pen tool. Another thing I could do here is go to Image and trim it, and go to, here's the trim dialog, trim the transparent pixels, so it kind of just leaves nothing but him. And then what I can do is, if I can get my finder up here somewhere. Oh, there it is. If I open up the template, alright, so there's that guy. We don't need that guy. But what I can do is take him and duplicate him. Duplicate layer. And I want him to go not in Hue 3, but in Pearl Harbor updated as layer 13. Okay. Works for me. Alright. Oh, well, hello. I think it's Command H. Gives me my my selecting lines again. I want him to be right here, but also I'm going to make him a little bigger. That's about right. Let me pull him over here a little bit because he's kind of leaning out off the side of the picture. But also he's in the wrong spot. If I look over here, where is that other guy? Place photos in this folder. Oh, I gotta submit that. Push enter. Place photos in this folder. He's supposed to be right down there. So let me find him. Layer 13. Drag him. He goes down here. Whoa. Huh. I'm not sure what just happened. That didn't work. Alright, cool. Got him in background pictures, I believe. Let me get rid of that. And there he is. In all his glory. I might be able to kind of turn him. I might be able to flip him, but, you know. I can do that later. Anyway, point is, that's how you do it. Use the pen tool, make nice selections, and I can go in here and adjust it as needed. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you in slide.